we can have a little nice zone. All right, so let's find a comfortable place and lie down. And we're going to take some nice deep breaths. Sometimes a small amount of calming sound can really let your mind zone out. So let's just lie back, and I'm gonna let you scan your own body, just listening to these chimes. Imagine just a release in your whole body as you rest. So imagine you're sitting in this little spot beside, sometimes there's some random ones, beside the little creek that we came out. And you're watching the water go over the little rocks and out from the cave. And we're just gonna sit there and watch the water and listen to the way that sound ricochets through the cave and through the holes in the cave. And like the wind coming through, sound angling off of gemstones and water, the way that sound changes when it touches different things. And it's night and there's stars out. You can hear the water and the wind. You can hear little crickets and the wind through the trees, through the branches and the leaves. And you pick up some water in your hand and you drink it, and it tastes fresh, a little rocky and a little mossy. And then you take another deep breath and let that out. And you stand up and start to make your way through this stream, and you can feel the cool water on your feet rushing by. And when your feet go into the water, it changes the path of the water, so you can hear a different kind of sound created from that change in the water path. And you walk through the little creek, and then you start to climb up this mountain path. And it's definitely going up, like quite steep. The trees have shifted a little bit from these redwoods to more fir and spruce trees and evergreens. There's little juniper bushes and smaller evergreens that you can see. And every once in a while you just pluck one or two of the little needles off and you crush them in your fingers and smell them. And it smells like this pine spruce forest, this evergreen smell. It's so fresh. And there's all these wild strawberries growing on the ground, and it's night, and they're blossoms. They're not yet into the berry, just the blossoms, but the smell of the blossoms is so fresh. It's like spring readiness, ready to give generously. And you look at the way that the moon shines on each little white flower petal and each little yellow center, the little like tiny bits of yellow that come out of strawberry plants. And you keep walking and you're gaining elevation. Slowly you can feel that air in your lungs change a little bit. It's a little bit harder than it was the lower you were. But you keep climbing and you go up and up through this evergreen forest. There's lots of pine needles on the ground that make this path really soft on your feet. You keep going. It's very restful. The wind is coming through all of the pine tree branches. You look up at the sky and the stars are there and the moon. And you take a deep breath and smell that earthy pine spruce fir smell. The air coming through those trees, the sound of the air coming through those trees, it's different. It's really, really calm. You keep going up. You can feel the cooler air. It's changing in temperature. It's really shifted into a drier air. But you can still hear the creek way off in the distance coming out of the cave. And you're going up and up, and you're going over these kind of zigzag path through the forest. There's places where the tree has fallen and has created sort of like almost like a sawdust from years of animals going over that trunk and creating this smell, this sawdust smell. And you stop at one tree and you put your hand on the trunk and you can feel the sticky sap of the pine tree. It sticks to your fingers. And you reach your arms over your head to touch the top branches that you can feel. It's so nice. You bring your arms back down. And you find a little spot that has a clearing, and you come up a long way, so the clearing is actually quite a view. and you look down at where you've come, you can see so far, and you come a long way. We all have. And it's nice to remember where you've been so that you can see where you want to go. So let's sit in that clearing for the night, and we're going to see what kind of adventure we find ourselves in tomorrow. So find a little bit of rest in that. And don't forget to breathe. Lots of love. Bye.